Hello everyone, welcome to the FPM Honor podcast show with your beautiful host, the FPM Honor. It's been 2 weeks, the about international break is over. We're done with the final international break of the season. Back into the Champions League. As you can see, the beautiful balls are waiting for us here. We have a lot of games coming. We have a lot of exciting games. But first of all, we must also reflect on last game week 4 challenge where Man City got thumped by Sporting CP. Gyökeres scored a hat-trick against the Premier League champions of last season, and some other stunning results as well. Real Madrid lost again in Champions League against AC Milan, and Barcelona won against Red Star Belgrade 5-2. And Dortmund also did well. Monaco also did well. Prestios also did well, as they are also in the top 4 in the Champions League rankings. And yes, 4 game weeks have gone. 4 more game weeks to go. How your team's doing so far? We're going to talk about that very soon. And yeah, I'm your host, the FPM Honor. My name is Wally. I'll be here with you guys discussing on what to expect ahead of Matchday 5. We are welcome. All right, let's get into this. There's no time to waste time. I'm just going to get straight into the crux of it. First of all, we have a lot of things to deal with. We have to talk about injury updates. We have to talk about recent Man City's bad form in all competitions. We have to talk about some other things. So I'm going to be putting in timestamps here and there in this video. So if you don't feel like staying from now to the end, or you just want to dip to the final session, please, I'll be putting timestamps. You can skip to the probably final team review or some other segments you might be interested in later. Also, this will be recorded for our Spotify listeners and other podcast platforms, so feel free to listen to the end as well. So with that out of the way, let's get into this. Real Madrid have a lot of missing players. Even though Alaba is back in training, Courtois is back with the team, they have a lot of missing players. They have recalled on the services of Raul Asensio to come and join them in the defense. And we have seen Valverde play as a right back recently in the last game they won against Leganes, where they won 3-0. So there are a lot of injury concerns. But where do I start from exactly? Let's just start slowly. I think I'll start with let's start with a little bit of team update or team news. Let's start with injuries. I feel like it's important to start with injuries. Let's start with injuries. Okay, there's been a lot of injury updates, and I'm not sure where to start. But off the top of my head, I know Guirassy, that is the Dortmund striker, had a little bit of an illness or an infection, and he was out for the weekend game. Will he start? We are not sure yet whether he will start or not. DME was not ready to play the game, but he's sort of back to be available. That's for Dortmund. Vlahovic is injured. He missed out the game against Milan, where Juventus did not have a striker, and they had to call on the services of Koopmeiners to play out of position and play as a striker. That's another injury update. So many injuries. Where did I start from? So you can see this is an update of Vlahovic watching the game against Milan, where they drew the game. Mo Salah is on a stunning form with about 10 goals and 12 assists in all 12 goals and 10 assists in all competitions, 10 goals and 6 assists in the league. Yes, that's how it starts. A little bit of injury updates again. Acerbi, a doubt, but he has medicals tomorrow to see if he's fit. Çalhanoğlu and Martinez return to training. Barcelona had a little bit of poor return in their team, where you have Yamal injured and you have Balde also not available, and he might be doubtful for the next game against Brest. However, we have Eddie Garcia and Fernan Torres coming back into training. Man City, we have Doku and Diaz not available in training. However, Simon Pussy trained, and he's likely to be available on the Tuesday game against Feyenoord. And some other a lot of injuries. I don't know where to start. I think what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to compile a list and post in the morning, although it is basically 3:53 West African time right now in Nigeria on a Monday, and so I'm going to just quickly do that. So a lot of things to focus on. There are a lot of injuries here and there. Tchouaméni doubt and some other players that are doubt. So That's I just wanted to put this across quickly so that we can get it out of the way. However, as I always start most times, I always put in my weekend results from match day 4, match day 5, or whenever it was played. So let's try and see match day 5, match day results for last game week, or this, or rather the weekend that was passed. So if you're looking at my screen, we have some epic results from all the leagues across the tournaments. We have Dortmund won 4-0 against Freiburg. Gittins, Brandt, Nemcha and Bayer scored goals for the team. FC Bayern won Wolfsburg 3-0. Harry Kane scored a hat-trick. 2 goals with penalties, but nobody cares. He scored a hat-trick, taking his goal tally to 14 goals in at least for Bayern in the league. PSG won Toulouse 3-0. Vitinha, Beraldo and João Neves got on the score sheet. Liverpool had to fight to get a win against Southampton, where Szoboszlai got the early goal and Salah got a brace. Could have scored a hat-trick, but he scored a brace to help Liverpool stay top of the table with now 8 points ahead of Man City, who got thumped 4-0 at home against Tottenham. I didn't put that there because it's embarrassing enough to know Man City are getting destroyed on a weekly basis now. Moving on to Premier League again, Arsenal won Nottingham Forest 3-0. Saka, Partey and Nwaneri got on the score sheet. Parma lost 3-1 to Atalanta. Matteo Retegui, Ederson and Ademola Lookman got on the score sheet. Inter had a very convincing 5-0 win against Verona, where Bisek, De Vrij, Thuram got a brace, and one other player I think I may have omitted here also got on the score sheet. Barcelona were leading 2-0 against Celta Vigo. However, they thumped their lead later in the game and drew the match, and Hansi Flick was furious, losing his mind, calling out a few players on the pressers, and I think Koundé was one of those players for the errors that was being made. But however, on the score sheet there, Lewandowski and Rafinha got on the score sheet. Girona won 4-1 against Espanyol, and Miovski, Gil, and I can't pronounce the name properly, they all got on the score sheet. So, and I think last on the list for the La Liga teams was Real Madrid, where Mbappe, Bellingham and Valverde also got on the score sheet. Vinicius, Andrea Goulet also created and got an assist each. So those were the results from last weekend. Top scorers, we have some top scorers stats. I'm just going to do like a top scoring stats for those that are not aware. I did sort of compiled all the top league scorers across the top 5 leagues, or at least top leagues that are contributing in that really epitome, or rather really focal in our Champions League contest. So we have Victor Gyökeres leading with 16 goals alone for Sporting CP. 16 goals scored in about 11-12 games or so. Yeah. In the Portuguese league, crazy ass player. He's top of the goal log there, at least for his league. Another player that is leading in terms of goals, Lewandowski, 15 goals, Harry Kane, 14 goals, 6 assists, Erling Haaland, 12 goals, Matteo Retegui, 12 goals, 3 assists, Mo Salah has 10 goals and 6 assists in the league. Bradley Barcola has 10 goals and 2 assists in the French league. Rafinha also doing well in the La Liga, 8 goals and 6 assists. Vinicius Jr. for Real Madrid, 8 goals and 5 assists in the league, while Ademola Lookman has 7 goals and 4 assists. Why did I bring up this league stats? I'm bringing these stats because it will help us know what to expect ahead of match day 5, and the players we want to have in our teams will definitely be around this majority of goal scoring picks that are in solid form for their domestic leagues. So that's why I listed this. However, I think one question that many will want to ask is, what do we do ahead of match day 5? I spent about 5 minutes ranting about what happened on injuries, what happened the previous weekend, but what do we do ahead of match day 5? What tips do we what do we do exactly? So first of all, we need to look at the schedule, and as I always do, I always look at the schedule to know who has the best features or matches to play in match day 5. So let's look at that quickly. So if you look at the schedule or look at the features here, you can see we have some easy games here. Atletico Madrid, we're not winning of late. However, a 2-1 or 3-1, I think it's a 2-1 victory they got against going to give them a lot of confidence, and they have been sort of making that confidence stable in the league as well. Going to play Sparta Praha away from home, it won't be easy, but they are surely favorites on paper. Some easy games here: Milan against Slavia Bratislava, so Barcelona versus Brestius, and Man City on paper is also an easy game. So if I was going to give an advice on what to do ahead of Matchday 5, it would be 3. I would say target Leverkusen assets. Leverkusen is playing Salzburg. Salzburg considered about 12 goals. Last I checked, about 12 goals in the league. Let me check their table. Yeah, Salzburg, they got their first win of the Champions League contest last time against Feyenoord. They've considered 10 goals. Thank you for correcting me. Table. So 10 goals. So Leverkusen, after conceding 4 goals against Liverpool last time out, where Luis Diaz scored a hat-trick, they have to make up for what their last performance was and do better against Salzburg. For instance, they actually scored 5-2 their last game in the last weekend game they played, where Patrick Schick scored a hat-trick. So just in case you didn't know, you know. So please, if you have 11 Leverkusen assets, Grimaldo, Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, most of the 40% owned by many managers, please hold or target them. Just bring in more Leverkusen assets. Another asset, and I think I'll write more on this and get you guys what to expect. However, additionally, with Leverkusen, if you have Liverpool assets, just hold on to them. Real Madrid have a little bit of injury crisis, so you might as well hold on to Salah, who is on fantastic form and most likely going to be one of our top captains for this week. And I think besides the obvious, I'll say Inter as well. Double up on Inter defense. They are playing against Leverkusen. Leverkusen are on 0 points so far, so for good this season. 32nd on the table, 0 points, 9 goals conceded. And yeah, they have yet to get a point, and their journey is going to be made of traveling to Inter, rather traveling to Milan to face Inter with I don't know, that kind of form. It's not going to be easy for them, especially Inter that got results against Man City, Arsenal, and some other teams that they faced also, and are 4 clean sheets in a row right now. So double up on Inter defense if you have Jan Sommer, and maybe we know we will sit up rotations in the front. We don't know. We can't be sure if Thuram will start. We can't be sure if Martinez, who is back, will start. You can't be sure. Taremi have started most of the games in the attack, so just double on their defense. Their defense is more solid. Bisek or Bastoni, Jan Sommer, you know, even Dumfries, you know, they're all good options. So I think those are the major tips. Liverpool, Leverkusen, Inter defense, maybe Monaco, maybe, or PSV. Monaco has an home game on Wednesday. Same thing with PSV. PSV won the last game against Girona 4-0. Now playing Schalke at home next. Monaco are 3rd on the table, actually. Yeah, they're 3rd on the table with 10 points, and they have another home game and yet to be defeated in Champions League. So those are some kind of differentials you can pick out from those teams. Minamino or Tillman from PSV, or Gostil, or I don't know, Luke De Jong could start as well. So there's so many good assets you can target there. So those are my major tips. I think the last tip I'll just add is probably Milan. I've already talked about Inter itself, so let's just talk about the actual AC Milan. So AC Milan are going to be facing new debutants Slavia Bratislava, who are actually bottom of the table, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, conceding 15 goals. So you might as well just go all in on Milan assets. You know, there's so many ways you can go about this. I swear to God, there's so many ways. So forgive me for swearing, but there's so many ways you can go about it. I've not even talked about Barcelona's front trio of Lewandowski, Rafinha, and let me just remove Yamal since he's out, sort of out. From the news we have gotten, Yamal is most likely out for the game. So I just feel like I should do a quick analysis on that later when we are ready to post about it. So those are my tips. I've been getting this question a lot. Now going to another segment. I've been getting this question a lot concerning Wildcard. I've not had time to actually create one, but based on what I have said so far, if I was going to create a wildcard on the spot, let me just play around. Let's just play around and see what we can do here. If I'm going to create a wildcard on the spot, I would say, obviously, Pulisic stays, Rafinha stays, Kane 14 goals stays, Vlahovic out, I'm just looking for sort of super team to build here. So I'll just get Florian Reeds. I'll get in more Leverkusen players. Yes, just to make that team, you know, superb. I'll probably get in Florian Reeds, and this wildcard team can also go as a sort of limitless in a way. Martinelli did not play. I can leave him there as an Arsenal placeholder instead of Saka, who is a little bit more expensive. I can leave Martinelli hidden placing game from the bench. I can bring in Luis Diaz. I can bring in Liverpool attacker. Let's say Luis Diaz or Salah. Let's say Salah, because you know he's sort of the main guy to go to right now. I can bring in I'm just assuming let me see if I can just quickly skim through this. Target Leverkusen, target Milan. Okay, Milan's let's get in more Milan defenders. Let's get in Milan goalie Magnum. This is going to be more of a limitless team though, so but it can pass as a wildcard team. Man City, I don't mind holding on to a Man City player, so let's bring in Luis back. The midfield though, I'm not sure. I can hold on to Kelleher because of his price. It's very cheap, and 20.1 million. What would you like to throw this money out? Sorry, this is a little bit unprofessional of me. I always do this before now. Forward, let's just bring in Chic. Let's get in triple Leverkusen. This is the aim, is to target Leverkusen assets. Let's bring in Bayer Leverkusen assets. Chic. And maybe Grimaldo. Not sure where to allocate this many funds. Brisbane can come back. And okay, let me drop Salah. Trent is not available, right? Let me bring in Luis Diaz to cover for Salah. I mean, you can't cover Salah anyways, but I'm just playing around with a potential draft team that looks solid. Okay, I have change now. I can bring in an expensive defender. I can bring in. Okay, I said target Milan, target Liverpool. 20 routes you can go. Barcelona. Where do you have? Let's just get in Barcelona player again. Let's get in Koundé. Since there's no Koundé here, I'm not really sure of the Barcelona defense, but I mean they have the best attack anyway, so Koundé might as well just fill in. So this is sort of a draft wildcard team. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone that's seen. So there's a weird trend here. I think I'm just going to name this session the 7.5s or 7.6 category. Apologies. Okay, there's a weird trend here. We have more 7.5 midfielders. So I don't know why, but it's just been a good trend where if you notice the most points scored this season are by the 7.5s. We have in the midfield at least. We have Rafinha on 50 points, most scored points in the game so far. And let me check other positions. Okay, I should have played Man City. So we have a lot of 7 points. 7.5, 7.5, 7.5 that have gone up. First is Rafinha's 50 points, Ritz 38 points, and I think if you go down a little bit, you see Tillman, you see some other players in the 7.5 category, Luis Diaz, 7 to 7.5 category, a lot of excellent players. Hakan Calhanoglu coming back for Inter will be also important because he's on penalties for them. So there are a lot of excellent players in the 7.5 range. Martinelli did not start in the game against Nottingham Forest where they won. He was most likely going to feature the entire game. Excellent 7.5 as one player of the match at least once or twice. If I'm not mistaken, Luis Diaz hat-trick against Leverkusen last time. He did not start last game. He came from the bench, most likely going to start again. Pulisic, Mr. Captain America, also on form for his club as well. Even though they have not been scoring a lot, you know he will be among the goals if there are goals for Milan. And Rafinha, I mean, 5 goals, 3 assists already in the Champions League, 8 and 5 assists or 6 assists in the league. There are a lot of excellent 7.5. So I am seeing more of this 7.5 lineup going forward on the future basis. So I think I've given out my tips. I think last things last I'll talk about is probably differential. So Leverkusen are missing out on a certain player called Boniface. Victor Boniface, Nigerian striker, has declared injured. I'm not sure. I've not really had time to go through Bayern Leverkusen's injury team news or team news on injury. However, at least from what I'm seeing here, it's expected that Boniface will not return till sometime in mid-January. So we might not have Boniface. We're not going to see Boniface in the new year. This means our striker for the week, or rather our sort of differential pick or differential captain will be Patrick Schick. Now, this is sort of recency bias due to his performance against this team they played against as Heidenheim. However, we know Leverkusen will be a lot more involved with the goals. We know how they will attack. We know how they will be involved, and these 6 shot attempts on goal is a good sign, a good step in the right direction, considering his job is to score the goals. An XG of 1.40 XG just against this single team. Scoring a hat-trick from 1.4 XG is crazy, because Haaland literally has those numbers and he fails to convert in recent matches almost every game. So I think I'll back Patrick Schick for this week as a differential captain. I mean, there are other differential captains you can look out for. I like Tillman against Shakhtar. I like him. I'm not sure what to captain him though, but he's a good differential pick as well. I like other options like maybe Monaco Minamino or any of their defenders. You know, I love a lot of good captain differentials. I've not had time to research a lot on the ones I will publicize later on probably Twitter or X, but those are my options for now. So moving into team review, I've talked about Wildcard. Limitless, I don't know, if you want to play a Limitless, probably just swap out Luis Diaz for Salah and maybe Martinelli for Saka or something like that to give you more access. Then probably take out Schick for, I don't know, maybe only Watkins, since Aston Villa might have the advantage of playing at home against Juventus, who are strikerless at the moment. So that is like my Limitless team. Is not different out of this. Probably Besbiani will also make way for another defender. You can maybe double up on Leverkusen defense and take out Besbiani. Is also a good option as well. That is if you are playing on Limitless. So I always promise I will not spend much time, but I will always spend close to 20 minutes thereabout. So I've talked about my team. I don't want to start reviewing my team all over again, but if in case you missed it, I will probably tag it somewhere underneath this video. I did a team review where I sort of discussed my Matchday 1 to 4 review and what are the steps I was going to take going forward. And overall, I made some early transfers, as I stated then. Yamal got injured before the international break, so I couldn't really determine whether he was going to be fit before the Brest game, but it seems like Yamal is a huge doubt and most likely going to be out. So I think for my team here, so far so good. I brought in Rafinha for, I can't remember exactly. I brought in Rafinha and I also brought in Lewandowski. Okay, I think I brought in Lewandowski for Vinicius Jr. and I brought in Rafinha for Trincao. Yes, so for Trincao. So my team, this is my team so far. This is my team. I've not been doing well. A lot of people have getting 100 points. I'm still yet to get 100 points. Am I jealous to an extent? Yes, I am, because I take my time to write about this and, you know, post. But so far so good. I think my main worries with this team, which looks very excellent on paper, first of all, we have almost everybody playing on the 26th. I don't like having too many players playing on one day. However, it is what it is. I have 10 players playing on 26th and a few that will play on 27. Now, out of these 10 players that will play on 26th, Lamine Yamal is 90% out. It's said to be a miracle for him to be available, so might as well rule him out. If I start to know Mendes instead, he's going to face Harry Kane and probably concede like another 2 or 3 goals. So I don't see the reason to start Mendes, except I'm expecting him to score, which is like a 10% chance of happening. Vlahovic is out, except to get new updates that he's available, but he was not available for the game. I'm not sure he'll be available for the Milan game since he got injured for Serbia. Besbiani is the best option I can bring him on the 27th instead of Nuno Mendes. So this is what my team looks like. Naturally, because we can make subs and probably roll over, I might just leave it this way. You know, Yamal will be returned in the future, you know, when Barcelona play Borussia Dortmund. However, I'm tempted to take a hit because I don't have any Leverkusen players here. I don't have any okay, I have some Milan players. I have no Liverpool. So I'm just trying to see if I can fit in those players that I kind of give more reference or preference this week. Now, we have not gotten the projections yet of XG of 3 point something or 2 point something for certain teams. However, I'm very sure Leverkusen will definitely work on Salzburg. At the same time, I'm very sure Milan will definitely win the game against Slovia, SK Slovia and Bratislava. So this is what my team looks like at the moment. I've made my early transfers. I have a 90% chance of taking a hit for one of Vlahovic or Yamal, but most likely Yamal because I have not really gained much from him. And Rafinha has been the one getting most of the points, getting double digits on a weekly basis, 21 points, 14 points, 13 points, 50 points in total. It's crazy. So this is what my team is, and I think I'll be signing up from here. There's nothing else to add. I've talked about injury updates on the first start. I've talked about tips on what you should do, and I sort of created a quick mock draft team. I hope that could help you guys. I'll most likely post it later on Twitter or those that follow me there. So please follow me on X for more updates. Reach out to me, concerning any message you have concerning your team, and I'll be there to answer you live and direct. On X. I don't use Blue Sky, so I'm not running away from X like many others are doing. I'm not sure why a lot of people are running away from X due to propagandas, but please, this is my platform. If you want to reach out to me on X. I'll be gathering more updates concerning our teams there, and yeah, that will be that for that. I think that will be that. That will be that for now. That'll be that for now. So we'll talk about other updates to come, and wish you guys the very best. Ciao. Bye for now.